3-year varsity football player. His favorite football memory was beating Benedictine. His favorite coach's quote is "Stay malnourished" by Coach Wally. And his advice for the next generation is to go hard. Number 51, Darius Thomas, is escorted by his parents, Melanie and Leroy. His favorite football memory was his trip to Ohio to play Hoban. After graduation, he plans to attend Randolph College and major in physical therapy and business. His favorite quote is, "It's not personal, it's just business," by Coach Mickens. And his advice for the next generation is to do what the coaches are teaching you and to give 110% effort. Number 53, Jordan Stith, is escorted by his mom, Nicole Stith, and cousin, Leela, along with his uncle, Victor Gonzalez. Jordan loves to work out and play basketball. His favorite football memory is beating Flint Hill last season on the game-winning field goal to advance to the state championship. His favorite quote is, "I am my brother's keeper," by Coach Wally. And his advice for the next generation is to keep coming back even when it gets tough. Number 54, Dylan Friedman, is escorted by his mother, Mary Reed, and his father, John Friedman. Dylan is a 4-year varsity player playing his first year at Trinity. His favorite football memory is playing at home for the first time. His favorite coach's quote is to appreciate where you came from, be thankful where you are, and be grateful for where you are going. His advice for the next generation is to appreciate your time here at Trinity and to make the most of your opportunities. Number 72, Patrick McGowan, is escorted by his parents, Chris and Nancy. Patrick holds 3 current records in the weight room for bench, squat, and clean. His favorite Trinity football memory was winning the state championship in 2021 on a 2-point conversion. His advice for the next generation is never get satisfied.
Is there a spot for him to do stats and stuff for them? Is there any room? Or in here? Either way.
Number 81, Hagen Andrew, is escorted by his mother, Stuart
Parker's coming in here, yeah, we've got
Lester, and father, Ryan Andrew.
Sit and then probably
Hagen's favorite Trinity memory is the 2021 2-point conversion as well. His coach's quote is, "Envision yourself making plays," by Coach Wally. His advice for the next generation of players is believe in yourself because no one will do it for you. We would also like to take a moment to thank and honor our football team manager, Rakira Harris. Thank you, Rakira. Let's give one more big round of applause for our senior class. Thank you, seniors, for all the memories and for representing our school with pride and passion. located in the
Welcome
Center.
to today's TESPN broadcast of Prep League football as the St. Christopher Saints come to visit Aycock Stadium with the host Trinity Episcopal Titans. Perfect autumn day on the banks of the James River. 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And TESPN has this coverage for you of what should be a great game. I'm Rick Hamlin, joined by Parker Boyd. Later on, we'll hear from Simon Kahn. We've got our producer, Ash Bell, and executive producer, Carter Tyree, to bring it all to you. And the Saints kick off, and it is not cleanly fielded. Finally, Titans do field it, but it's going to be really bad field position on the first drive. Titans will have to take over at their own 5-yard line. And Parker, before I bring you in to this real quick, I just want to set the stage for our viewers. This game, you look at any number of metrics is huge. State rankings, St. Christopher's number 4, Trinity Episcopal number 3 in the VISA Division 1. If you look at it from a standpoint, it's homecoming. You always want to win on homecoming. It's senior day. You always want to win on senior day. And this is really a pretty bitter big-time rivalry, and in a way that you love in high school sports. So it's all to play for today, Parker. And what are you looking to see on this lovely autumn day?
I really want to see the Titans move the ball downfield. Remember our last home game, they had a little bit of struggle in the first half, moving the ball quickly downfield, effective. Hopefully see a better.
Yeah, first play from scrimmage, Tegan Logan on the quarterback keeper, picked up about 4 yards and gives them a little breathing room. Titans were pretty much against the shadow of their own goal line after that kickoff. Very different from when these teams met 2 years ago, and the Titans, Devion Brown, took the opening kickoff 91 yards for a touchdown. Titans are currently 91 yards from the end zone, 2nd and 6 at their own 9. Tegan's back to pass. He's got Devion Brown, and once again from 91 yards, just like 2 years ago, touchdown Titans. Tegan Logan to Devion Brown. How about that, Parker?
That was a great play, found a wide open receiver, and as soon as he got the ball to his hands, he took off. No catching him.
Yeah, no flags. Fat Rat, as they call him, ran a perfect route, and once he catches it, you are not going to catch him from behind. And just like that, Titans with a 6-0 lead after just 2 plays from scrimmage. Evan Goldschmidt on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. So amazing. I recalled 91-yard touchdown return that Devion had as a freshman on the opening kickoff against the Saints. This time it took him a couple plays longer to go in from the exact same distance of 91 yards. And we'll see if that is a sign of things to come, as 2 years ago, the last time these teams met on this field, the Titans were victorious 42-7. I do think we're in for a much closer game today. Last year, these teams met over at St. Christopher's, and the Titans prevailed in a close one, 28-24. Other thing, Parker. Oh, go ahead.
This is exactly what I want to see from the Titans, moving the ball downfield quickly. They had a little bit, like I said, they had a little trouble scoring in the first half of last home game. So if you're a Titans fan, that's a very positive thing you see.
Yeah, and I also wanted to shout out the offensive line. They gave Tegan plenty of time there. The Saints, of course, have 5-star defensive end Darius Gray. Saints don't cleanly field the opening kickoff, but it does head into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Almost disaster there. So both kickoffs we've seen from either side not fielded cleanly here in the early going. Maybe a little bit of nerves, as both these teams have so much to play for today. So Saints first play from scrimmage coming at their own 20. Chase Roberts, the quarterback, the junior. Hands off. No, good fake by Chase, but well defended by the Titans. Trey Cherry made the tackle, and Roberts, my apologies. Roberts picked up maybe a yard at the most. Trinity student section is filled in nicely. Saints late arriving crowd, but you can probably see on your screen the St. Christopher's fans behind the end zone at the top of your picture. Handoff. Decent run there by number 1, Michael Farley Jr. 4-yard play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Roberts back to pass. It is caught, and it is going to be a first down and more. Impressive speed shown there by Jaden Brown. Number 5, Brown took it 50 yards, maybe 52 when it's all said and done. So Saints said, "You've got a wide receiver named Brown. So do we." First down, St. Christopher's at the 23, and that's got to give them some confidence. The Saints were shut out last week at Woodbury Forest in a 10-0 loss. Roberts keeps, picked up 4 yards or so.
Roberts on the quarterback keeper. Gain of 7 out inside.
Couldn't tell who ultimately pushed him out there. Might have been Miles Love, who's now checking out. But there were several Titans involved in that tackle. 2nd and 7. Gonna be a flag, and looks like a false start on St. Christopher's, so that will put them in behind the chains in 2nd and 12.
False start on the Saints. Remain second down. They don't want to isolate them. I gotta feel bad.
Oh, that flag might be big, as St. Chris might have to be forced to throw the ball here. Seen a lot of runs and QB sneaks up the middle, or to the side, but
yeah, it's
maybe another keep.
Yeah, another keeper, and decent run for Roberts, but I think it's going to be 3rd and 8. And I believe Jackson Brotherton made that tackle. Again, I love these Trinity gray uniforms with the green pants and the green helmets. I think it's a great looking uniform, but at times it's a little hard to tell the numbers with the number outlined in white against the gray, at least for my old eyes. All right, big 3rd down here. It's going to be Farley on the run, nowhere to go, and that tackle was made by Isaiah Robinson. There was no doubt who that was, the UVA commit who usually plays on the offensive side of the ball at wide receiver. Has been getting recently they've been putting him in the defense as well, and you see Isaiah able to make a really strong tackle. Going to be 4th and 7, and the Saints lining up to take a field goal. I believe it's Christian Rogers, the senior kicker. All right. Good snap, good hold, plenty of leg, and Christian Rogers connects on the 37-yard field goal. That made it with plenty of distance to spare. So, Parker, in high school football, a lot of teams don't really have that weapon of a field goal kicker. So that could be big that the Saints do. I mean, we saw the last home game, St. Michael the Archangel, they had no kicker. I think even after every touchdown, they went for 2. So good kick by Christian Rogers. Parker, were you at the Spirit Week field goal kicking contest? I think I saw you out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a great time to watch. I mean, they got all the way out the 50-yard range, and they were making it. These guys don't play football. I think there's a few soccer players and a lacrosse player out there.
Yeah, so 42 by Rogers there, and obviously a little different when you've got guys trying to block it, but I was really impressed with some of our students kicking 50-yard field goals. As Robinson, who just made that big tackle with a good return across the 40, finally brought down by Harrison Fuller, but good field position for the Titans. But, yeah, we had Max Hanger, who junior, and Kenan Muminovic, a senior, going kick for kick at a Spirit Week competition we had of a field goal kicking contest. And, of course, the football kicker, Evan Goldschmidt, was not eligible. Can't have pros out there with amateurs, but I was really impressed with those guys kicking 50-yarders, and even Maddie Cranston from the girls soccer team had a couple big ones as well, and Marin Snyder. All right. Screen, Isaiah Robinson, he's got some room to run. Good gain for Isaiah, brought down by Addison Gosline, one of the captains for the Saints, but it was a 16-yard gain and a Titan first down. Tegan Logan already over 100 yards passing, less than 5 minutes into the game.
That was another great job by the O-line, giving time for Tegan to dump the ball out back to Isaiah Robinson. That was a big gain, moving better field position again.
CJ Gray, the ball carrier, picks up 5 yards. That's the first time we've seen Gray get a touch in the early going. Very quick freshman running back. One of the really just a few freshmen that play on the varsity level here for the Titans. And looks like the Saints don't have any ninth graders on their varsity roster. But I understand the Saints have a good JV team that I think beat the Titans a couple days ago in the JV game. And those guys will be doing battle for years. Fake to CJ. Wide open! Braxton Brooks dropped it. Would have been a sure touchdown. Great play design, great fake. Almost feel like Braxton had too much time to think about it.
Right off the hands. Another great throw by Tegan Logan. Great job of finding the open man there. Great fit. But what you said about the freshmen, they're out here to play. Last home game we had linebacker Cole Dameron making tons of stops and showing. They're out here ready to play, and CJ Gray showing it off too.
Another fake by Tegan, and he threw it, I think, to a lineman. That should be a flag, I think. I don't see a flag, but he had Darius Gray, the highly touted Saints defensive lineman, bearing down on him, and Tegan just got rid of it. I think it was Sean Hargan who ended up touching it, and I think so far I've yet to see a flag, but the officials are now going to throw it. I think they may have gotten an assist from up in the booth here that was a lineman who touched that, so that's going to be a penalty on Trinity.
Still touching on the offense.
All right. That penalties, the Titans going to forced punt.
Yeah, so that's 5 yards and a loss of down. So 4th and 10. And Titans are going to trust their defense. And punter Hugh Stone is going to try and pin them back. Good snap. Nice kick by Hugh. Takes a bounce. Farley Jr. picks it up. Good tackle.
Roberts on the tackle. Saints ball.
Matthew Roberts with the special teams play. Saints will take over inside their own 20 at the 17-yard line. Roberts with the hard count on first down. Titans stay disciplined. Another run to Farley Jr. And he picked up 3 or 4 yards.
The ball to Farley for a first down gain of 4 yards. Tackle made by number 15, Ben Rosen.
Ben Rosen with the tackle. And pretty good spot there. Gives him, looks like closer to a 5-yard gain. Other than the pass to Brown, it's pretty much all been running plays for the Saints. 2nd and 5, going to run it again. Close to a first down, but he is going to, I think he is going to get it with the forward progress there. Yeah, first down Saints.
First down Saints.
Yeah, like you said, for offense, all runs. Doing a great job just getting around 4 or 5 yards per run and opening up a little bit of that big pass play that we saw earlier with defense focused on the run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can establish that running game, exactly, Parker, that really could open some things up. And we've already seen Brown with a lot of speed at that wide receiver position. But another run to Farley. Not much on that one at all. Deuce Edwards made the tackle. Loss of 1 on that play. And I do think the Saints aren't, seemingly, this first 7.5 minutes or so, aren't really built to be playing behind the chains. They want to get that good first down yardage so they can stay in running downs. So I think it's going to be a key for the Titans to hold them on first down to limited yards, or in this case, negative yards, and put them in more obvious passing situations, and then trust the secondary on the back end. Pass is caught for very limited gain. It was Finn Walter with the catch. About a 3-yard gain. Mason Love on the tackle. 3rd and 8. This is where you look to your student section to get loud and get the guys going. And as the Saints break the huddle, that hasn't really happened yet. Now we hear the noise pick up. Play clock down to 3 as the Saints get the snap off. Overthrows the intended receiver. Nate Roberts was the intended receiver. And a little bit high. So on 4th and 8, St. Christopher's will punt for the first time today. Deuce Edwards back to receive. Christian Rogers, who we saw connect on the field goal on their previous possession, is also the punter. It's a good punt, high. Takes a good bounce for the Saints. Deuce Edwards, or rather Devion Brown, is actually going to pick it up. And a decent return for Devion Brown, but you got to give the Saints credit. He's a hard man to bring down and held him to about an 8-yard return. Yeah, I didn't see Fat Rat back there. I saw Deuce, and then next thing I know, Fat Rat had the ball.
That's a good job by Davion Brown, giving the Titans a little bit more breathing room, not being all the way back in the 20-yard line like they were the first drive, but showing they can get out of those spaces. So a little bit more room here like they had in the second drive.
Clever little inside short pass to Devion Brown. He picks up 8 yards. Good shoestring tackle made by Colin Johnson. CJ Gray, nothing doing there as the Saints D-line gave no hole at all. Darius Gray and Lance Cleland, Walker Turley all conspired and held down CJ Gray. So 3rd and 3. Tegan Logan looking over to offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell for the play call. Play clock down to 10. Game clock under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Fake, there's some pressure. Tegan escapes, and he's going to have the first down. Out almost to midfield. It was 3rd and 3, and Tegan Logan picked up 14 for a Titan first down. Finally pushed out by Lance Cleland, but huge gain on 3rd down.
Yeah, another great job by the O-line, giving him time to see the option and gave him a hold to escape the pocket. So he did, when he did get some running room.
Another run by Logan. This was a design QB run. Got just across midfield, but much less running room on that one. And they're actually going to spot it exactly at midfield, so just a 1-yard pickup. Play clock down to 5. Titans get it off. Darius Gray into the backfield. That pass is batted down by Colin Johnson. Good coverage by the Saints. Jaden Brown and Colin Johnson were both in the area of the intended receiver, Devion Brown. So 3rd and 9. We are less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. It's been a good first quarter. Both teams had big pass plays. Titans were able to convert theirs into a touchdown. Saints held to a field goal after their 52-yard pass. And now the defenses of both squads have stiffened. See if the Saints can get a stop here. Devion Brown receives a short pass. He's very close to a first down. I think he has it. It will depend on the spot, and it is a first down Titans on the inside little it's almost like the O-line is running a trap play, but instead of a handoff, it's a very short, in basketball we call it a pocket pass to Devion Brown.
Yes, Davion Brown showing off his speed again, doing a great job getting that outside corner and moving upfield for the first down. That's big for the Titans. Big third down conversion downfield. See if they can capitalize on that and get another score.
Yeah, I guess you'd call that a touch pass where Logan received the shotgun snap and just barely just finessed it into the hands of Devion Brown, and that's always a good place if you're a Titan fan to have it in his hands. Logan under pressure again, throws it away. Incomplete. And we have an official timeout. Actually, timeout by the Titans. So with 13 seconds left in the first quarter, Trinity Episcopal uses their first timeout of the first half. Parker, I want to. So I was up here yesterday in the same press box announcing our number 1 in the state, number 11 in the nation field hockey team, undefeated Titan field hockey, getting a 7-0 win against Flint Hill. And there were several of your fellow ninth graders on the broadcast with me. Tabby Johnson, Amy Phillips, Emma Kraft, Libby Keaton all contributed. And I asked all of them this Spirit Week, Homecoming Week, what they were most excited about. Was it the football game, the pep rally, the Spirit Days, the dance? How about you, Parker? What are you most excited about for this week? Something maybe that already happened, or something that is currently happening, or something that will happen this evening?
The pep rally yesterday afternoon was really fun, especially as a freshman, first time seeing that. That was a really fun time, and then just contests throughout the week and Spirit Days.
Yeah, your class didn't really do too well, did you? All right, big 2nd and 10. Could be the last play of the first quarter. Taking Logan with a good run, but a flag came in, and that's the area that you tend to see a holding call. So that 8-yard gain may go for naught, and indeed it is a hold. So instead of 3rd and short, it's going to be 2nd and long. Parker, did you do any of the contests that we had during Spirit Week?
I was a little late to sign up.
Next year.
Yeah.
That's the maybe if you had done it, y'all would have gotten some points.
A lot of people dropped out the last second because they're being sick or just not wanting to do it anymore. So definitely contributed lack of points.
Yeah.
Cup.
Shout out to our producer Ash Bell as her junior class of 2026 was the Titan Cup winners. All right, that is the end of the first quarter. With the score, Trinity Episcopal 7, St. Christopher's 3. Good first quarter. I think the battle in the trenches is what's going to really determine this game. And when Tegan Logan has had time, he's found open receivers. And when the Saints D linemen, particularly Darius Gray, are in his face in the backfield, it's not much that the Titans can get going on offense when that happens. So I think that's really what I want to watch going forward is that line play.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest part so far has been that O-line for the Titans, give and take time. Like you said, when he's had time, she found big connections, big plays. On the flip side, Saints definitely do want to keep the pressure on Tegan. So we're going to see these two lines battle it out here.
Yeah, and the Titans did leave some points on the board in that first quarter with the dropped would-be touchdown that they had on the second Trinity possession. Coming out of the quarter break, it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Trinity's back in their own territory at the 49-yard line. Play clock down to 5. Tegan had some time there, but I think his hand got hit actually, and the ball came out kind of funky. And we saw Tegan sort of shaking his hand, trying to shake off whatever contact was there. So made that pass wobbly, and it was also good coverage by the Saints. 3rd and 20.
Yeah, tender receiver Mason Love, I think, might have slipped a little bit. Still a lot of good pressure from St. Chris defense. So 3rd and long here, see what happens.
Thank you.
Devion Brown catches this wide receiver screen, but a host of 5 or 6 Saints bring him down right at midfield, right on the shield. And it'll be 4th and long. Officials conversing. I don't see a flag, but
There it is, right here by the Titan line.
oh, okay. Good spot there, Parker. Wonder if this is a face mask. Defensive holding. That's a huge call that keeps this drive alive. Punter Huey Stone had already made his way out onto the field, but that defensive holding.
Holding on the defense, replay 3rd down.
So unlike the NFL where defensive holding is an automatic first down, it will still be 3rd down when they mark this off. It's an interesting call, Parker, because, I mean, Tegan Logan got that pass out pretty quickly. I'm not sure if there was time to I'm not sure there was time to hold someone.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of contact by the Titan line. Couldn't really make out who it was, but I didn't think it was quick enough to be a hold.
Yeah.
That flag, I did think I saw the official throw the flag out really quickly.
So was it in the line area?
No, it was
out wide.
downfield a little bit.
So maybe
Not sure.
maybe Isaiah Robinson or Braxton Brooks got held out there on the near side. Okay, big penalty though. Would have been 4th and 19 instead. 3rd and 10, and the Titans will have another opportunity here back in Saints territory to try and pick up this first down. Almost intercepted. Drop. There is a flag again in the line area. I think this one's going to be maybe holding on the Titans, though. It is indeed holding on the Titans. And I would imagine Saints will probably decline this and make it 4th down.
Another great coverage by the Saints secondary there, and Tegan really throwing that ball off the back foot. Didn't get too much on the pass. Gave secondary time to get to the pass.
Yeah.
Just lucky it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, if Brown had held on to that, it could have been a pick 6. I mean, interesting here. I mean, the ball was at the 41-yard line. The Saints declined the penalty, and they marked it at the 44. Not a huge deal. If anything, maybe gives Huey Stone some more room to punt, but, like, that's not where the ball was. It was definitely at the 41 after the defensive hold, and they are going to get that straight and put it back where it belongs. So, 4th and 10. I feel like it's been a long time since that last play, but we finally have the 4th down snap. End over end kick by Huey Stone.
Another flag came out.
Fair catch at the 15. But there is a flag, Parker tells me. I don't see it, but I'm going to trust you, Parker. Right near side on the 40. We've also got Simon Kahn up here spotting for us.
Legal formation on the offense.
illegal formation on Trinity. They're going to decline that as well and go ahead and take over at the 15. So each team scored on their first possession, but we've now had several consecutive possessions of stops, and neither offense has really been able to get going again.
Saints will start their possession on the 15-yard line, first down.
Well, hopefully the Titans get a quick stop here, not allow them to rush the ball much field like they did on last drive. But when they couldn't get that big first down yardage, that's when they were struggling a little bit. So hopefully see the same thing from this Titan line right here and stopping the run a little bit.
Quick throw out to Waller. Strong tackle right in front of the Saints bench.
He might have thrown him forward to get
Yeah.
a little bit more yard.
Yeah, Finn Walter with a catch, and you're exactly right, Parker. I think he would have been stopped just short of the first down, but the tackle was so violent that it actually moved him forward a couple yards. Unfortunately, I didn't see who made the tackle. But
like you said, with these gray jerseys, it's kind of hard to see the numbers.
And Finn Walter is a VMI lacrosse commit, but also playing out here on the gridiron. Plenty of time for Roberts.
Roberts completes to Ron Johnson, number 20 for the Titans on the defensive play, KJ Harris.
Ron Johnson with a catch for about 3 yards. KJ Harris with a hard hit to knock him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Feels like the loudest I think the Titan crowd has gotten today on 2nd down here. Toss to Farley. Helmet flies off. It is Farley, the ball carrier, whose helmet came off, and a few words being exchanged by some of these guys. And I've seen enough of these Saint versus Titan games that I'll be honest, I'm surprised it took this long for the guys to square up a little bit. But you know, it's all part of the fun of high school sports. All right, Farley gained 2, and it'll make it 3rd and 5 for St. Christopher's from their own 32-yard line. Timeout, St. Christopher's.
Timeout.
First timeout they've used here in the first half with 10:21 to go until halftime. Still 7-3. And it's been a great week of TESPN programming, and we thank all our loyal viewers. We had soccer on Wednesday against Woodbury Forest, volleyball senior night on Thursday against Central Virginia Homeschool, field hockey yesterday against Flint Hill, and now football. 4 straight days of broadcasts that TESPN has brought you in all 4 of our on-campus autumn sports. None of those broadcasts would be possible without Carter Tyree, the man in the athletic department who gets everything done. The most reliable man in the world, I call him. Maybe not the most interesting man, but the most reliable. All right, after the timeout, 3rd and 5.
Here comes that Titan crowd.
Yeah, Titan crowd getting loud again. They bring a blitz. Saints run the other way, and Ben Rosen was the first to get there. It's going to be 4th down and short. 4th and 1. Be interesting to see. So far, the offense is still on the field. So Saints at their own 36, and I think it's safe to say this is the biggest, most important play of the game so far. If the Titans can stop them, it'll be great field position. Or will the Saints keep the drive alive? They hand it off. It is a first down gain. Nice blocking there, and it was Addison Gosline who picked up about 6 yards on fourth and 1. So that's a play. If the Saints do end up with points on this possession, remember that head coach Lance Cleland took I would say a pretty big risk in his own territory, and it pays off for St. Christopher's. I think that was a backwards throw, and it's loose. And the Titans have it. They're going to call it incomplete. And I tell you what, we don't have replay in high school football, but that was a lateral. That was thrown backwards, and Saints are going to catch a huge break there. That's directly across from our vantage point in the press box, and that ball was thrown backwards and should be Titan ball. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 for the Saints from their 42-yard line.
Roberts hands off to Brown for a loss. 2-yard loss. We've seen how fast Jaden Brown is when he's in space on his 52-yard catch earlier, but there was nowhere to run there.
Couldn't get around the blitz there. Great job by the Titan line, stopping here and forcing a 3rd and 12, looks like. So
3rd and 12. So, Parker, we've talked about how the Saints want to be in those 3rd and short and even 4th and short situations. This is 3rd and 12. Titans drop back in zone coverage. It could be a big play, though, as Jaden Brown, great throw by Chase Roberts, and that zone coverage, they just let Brown run past, just a go route down that sideline, and a huge first down. And on a possession that probably should already be over, the Saints are in great position.
Looked like could have been a communication error from the Titans secondary, because he definitely saw some people over on that side where receiver did catch the ball. So not sure what happened there. But,
yeah, Brown was just able to run past. It's going to be timeout Saints, their 2nd timeout of the half. Can't help but feel like this is a game that, you know, the Titans season really hinges on, from a standpoint that in the state rankings, Trinity is 3, St. Christopher's is 4, and the winner of this game is, you know, very likely to stay ahead of the loser of this game. If you don't know, 4 teams make the Vista State playoffs, so with a win, you're in really good shape for a state berth. With a loss, you're right on the bubble with some teams like Norfolk Academy, Collegiate, Flint Hill, nipping on their heels. Now, the Titans do have a win over Flint Hill in their pocket, which could be huge come selection time for the playoffs. But I think with a win today, Titans are in fantastic position for a state playoff berth. Same can be said for St. Christopher's.
all right, St. Chris will be on the Titans 7-yard line, looks like. Hopefully see D-line working pretty hard here to stop this run. We'll see what they're showing, and they'll do it again here.
Is a run by Farley inside the 5, brought down at the 3-yard line. It looks like it'll be 2nd and goal. Farley is brought down short of the goal line. Good tackle by Michael Gibbs. Big Mike keeps him out of the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Third down from the 1-yard line for Saints. I mean, if they went for it on 4th down there,
Handoff to Farley. He didn't get in, but offsides on the Titans. So thought it was going to be a 3rd down stop, but instead it's going to be half the distance and replay 3rd down. Half the distance is about 4 inches right now.
Thank you. I want to get it right if I can. Literally my first day PA in here. The coach is their coach is the only one. Clellan. Thank you. And if he yells at me later, just tell him I'm sorry.
All right, we're replaying 3rd down from about the half-yard line. It's Farley. It's a touchdown, St. Christopher's. And we have our first lead change of the game.
That's big because if Titans can't score on this next drive, remember St. Chris does get the ball to start the second half, so Titans are going to really need to score some points here, even if it's just a field goal, just some way, get more points on the board after this. That's pretty big.
Yeah, good reminder, Parker, that you're exactly right. The Saints will receive to start the second half. Still 6.5 to go in the first. And Christian Rogers' kick is good. And St. Christopher's leads 10-7.
We got 7 referees up there.
All right. It is going to be Saints kicking off their first lead of the game, 10-7. Fielded by, I think that's Carson Parks. And it is Carson who brings it across the 35. Titans 65 yards from pay dirt and trying to regain the lead.
Seeing a lot of pressure from the St. Chris D-line, so he probably be the same here on first down. But Titans do too.
CJ Gray with the carry. Good yardage for CJ. Not enough for a first down, but a nice play on first down will make it 2nd and 3.
Second down for the Titans from the 42-yard line.
Sam DiFrancesca in motion. Good to see him back today. He's been out for the last few games. CJ Gray carries First down, I believe. Still haven't. No, they're going to say he was pushed out just short of a first down. So it can be 3rd and 1. Play clock running down, and they just get it off. Actually, I believe timeout Titans before the snap, and probably a good thing they called a timeout there because it didn't look like there was much open in terms of a hole for the run there. I'm not sure he would have gotten it, but with 1 on the play clock, Coach Mickens elects to use Trinity's 2nd timeout of the half. And it can be a really crucial play when we come back out after this timeout. So each team with 1 timeout remaining in the first half, and we have 5:45 to go until halftime.
Introducing our team's coaches for the day. The Saints head coach Lance Clellan is in his 11th season. He is assisted by Chad Chafee, Marshall Ellen, Clark Miller, Jeff Moore, Davis Beekson, Greg Keane, Scott Van Arsdale.
All right, so 3rd and 1. Momentum on the side of St. Christopher's as they've scored the last 10. And C.J. Gray picks up the first down. Needed 1. He picked up 2. And after giving up the lead, crucial first down for the Titans at the 46-yard line.
That's 3 straight runs for the Titans. Gotten yardage on all 3 runs. His first 7 yards was right here to pick up the first down. So see if they might use them more with good yardage.
Yeah, at this level, I mean, I'm always a huge fan of running the ball as much as possible, but also with weapons like the Titans have, like Devion Brown and Sam DeFrancesca, you want to see some throws as well by the senior quarterback, Tegan Logan, and he intended that for Sam DeFrancesca, incomplete, but we're going to have a pass interference against the Saints as they tackled DeFran before the ball arrived.
That was a big hit under low, so that's a obvious pass interference on St. Chris. That's big. It's going to move them downfield a little bit.
Yeah, we saw several officials throw flags on that one, and I mentioned earlier kind of in passing that Sam DeFrancesca has been out with an injury that he sustained in week 1. So he's missed 4 games, but DeFran is one of the top tight ends in the state. I believe he is ranked the #1 tight end in the junior class and holds a number of Division I offers. So he's a weapon that the Titans have been missing, and nice to see him get involved in the pass game, even though he didn't get the catch. But it's a 15-yard penalty and a Titan first down. Devion Brown looks like single coverage here on the near sideline. He's a hard guy to single cover. They're going for Devion Brown. Just overthrew him. There was a flag at the snap, so it's going to be a legal procedure penalty against the Titans, so wouldn't have counted anyway had Devion caught up to that ball, but just a slight overthrow by Tegan Logan. Saints are going to accept the penalty. They could make it 2nd and 10, but they're going to make it 1st and 15. From the 44. A little bit of confusion there, but now Houston goes in motion. Pitch to C.J. Gray. He picks up the penalty yardage and then a couple. So the Saints had declined that procedure penalty. It would have been 2nd and 10. Now instead it's going to be 2nd and 8 after the 7-yard run by 9th grader C.J. Gray.
Another explosive run from him. A little pitch action. He took no time just getting up the field.
Hey, CJ is so quick. And he's going to get it again. Not much room here to show off that quickness, though. And the ball came out, but the officials are going to say that CJ Gray was already down. So I think the Titans caught a break there. Still a loss of a couple yards, but that ball came out right at the end of the play, and the Saints recovered. So it was close. But I think the Titans might have gotten a break. Of course, St. Christopher's got a fortunate call earlier on what should have been a fumble that was called incomplete. So maybe equals out a little bit. 3rd and 11 now. Great job by the Saints defense there. That pass by Tegan Logan is a little too high for Isaiah Robinson, and it's going to be 4th and 11. And for the 3rd straight possession, we're going to see Trinity punter Huey Stone.
Back to the previous play, I think that was the right call. He definitely showed at least one, I think maybe even 2 knees down. I think that was the right call. Unfortunately, could have capitalized on the play.
Thanks, Parker. You are a little younger, better eyesight than I have at this point. Low punt by Houston, bounces into and indeed through the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and Saints will take over with the lead and the ball with 3:24 until halftime. Just saw a low-flying helicopter go past the stadium here. That was pretty cool. It's one of the things, being right by the James River here, we see so many aircraft that use the river as a guide, and that helicopter was just barely over the trees. All right, St. Christopher's with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20, 3:24 to go until halftime, and with the Saints set to get the ball to start the second half, if they can make this the last possession of the first half, that would be exactly what Coach Cleland and company would like to do. They're going to run it on 1st down, quarterback run for 3 yards. Chase Roberts keeps it. We've seen him run several times on these design QB runs, and that'll take the clock under 3 minutes to go until halftime.
Definitely trying to run out the clock, but he said they do get the ball the next half. But the Titans get stopped, maybe that last time out of there.
Roberts breaks 1 tackle. He picked up 3 yards on 1st down, and it looks like about another 3 on 2nd down. So it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
By the clock's getting down under the 2-minute mark here.
Yeah, it's a huge 3rd down play. If the Saints can convert, they can essentially guarantee that the Titans don't get the ball back in this half. Play clock down to 4. And just got it off in time, but that pass was batted down, incomplete. So it's going to stop the clock. It's going to make it 4th and 4, and I believe it's going to create a punting situation. We did see the Saints go for it on 4th down in their own territory earlier, but that was just a 4th and 1. This is a 4th and 4, and they are going to punt. Devion Brown back to receive.
This might be risky because the Titans have been great. 2-minute drill. Remember the last time they scored a bunch of points in the last few minutes of the quarter. Unfortunately, a little late for the comeback. That was blocked.
Almost, maybe got a piece of it there. Still ends up being a pretty good kick that'll be down by the Saints at the 35. But, yeah, it looked like Mason Love couldn't tell from here if he got a hand on it, but he was awfully close. So with 1:42 to go and a timeout in their pocket, Titans will have one more opportunity to put points on the board before halftime.
Definitely a great job by the defense. Stopping them 3 and out there gives a lot of time. Capitalize.
Another handoff to C.J. Gray. Good job by the Saints. I thought that C.J. might have a hole, but it closed quickly. Darius Gray with yet another tackle. The junior who holds over 30 Division I offers, showing why here today. Darius has pressured Tegan Logan several times, as well as being a key in run stopping. And Titans taking their time here. I think they want to ensure that this indeed is the last possession of the first half. Sam DeFrancesca splits out wide. Tegan's gonna keep it and get tackled for a loss.
Logan tackled for a loss on the play of 2 yards by Gosline and Saints.
Addison Gosline with the tackle, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for Trinity. Clock still running. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half. I think if they get this first down, I would imagine you would see the Titans try to then call a timeout. But it actually looks like I think they're going to let the play clock run all the way down and burn that final timeout. Well, no, they snap it, and it's not a good snap. And looks like some confusion there, and Tegan falls on it, and that will make it halftime. So exciting first half, highly competitive first half, and the halftime score, St. Christopher's 10, Trinity Episcopal 7. Before we take a break here for a few minutes, Parker, I'd love to get your reflections on this first half of play.
Yeah, definitely seen a lot of defense with both teams. A lot of pressure from the St. Christie line. It's been a little bit hard for big plays. Just saw a big one from Davion Brown in the first drive, and haven't seen anything since. That one missed touchdown pass, but haven't really seen anything much. And I've seen a bunch of penalties too from both sides, so clean it up a little bit for these Titans. That last drive, that quick 3 and out from the Titans defense, I think that's something that hopefully they can continue doing in this second half, give the offense more chances to score.
All right, good thoughts from Parker Boyd here. We will take a break here for a few minutes, get some refreshments ourselves, but definitely stick around. I know there's a lot of great college football on right now, but this game is as good as any, and the stakes are as high as could possibly be. So we've got a great second half coming up for you, and we'll be back in a few. Stick around.
All the shorties in the club, back it up, drop it down. Lights got the vibe, push it up, push it up. Second half coming up. Second half. Marble contest coming up. All right, this is it.
Welcome back. Should be a great second half here. Titans to kick off. Saints leading 10-7. Super competitive first half. Joined now by Simon Kahn on the broadcast as we had Parker Boyd in the first half. Simon, you've been up here, though, watching with us. What are your impressions of the first half?
It looked like a pretty, well, not a very clean game due to a lot of penalties, but it was a very ground and pound game from the Titans and Saints. It's been a good game. It's going to come down to who can stop the run and who can't.
Yeah, and Saints are going to take over right about the 30-yard line. That was Wally Jones who fielded the second half kickoff. And Titan defense is out there and ready. Here comes the Saints offense, and they're going to try and add to their 3-point lead.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens. There's a lot of Roberts keeping it and a lot of Lance Cleland in the backfield as fullback. It's going to
And
be
the play clock is at 0,
early penalty.
and it is going to be a delay game. And the Saints were just really slow coming out. I was surprised. I even mentioned the Titan defense was on the field. Saints didn't even get out there. I just don't think they were aware of the play clock, and that's got to be frustrating for Coach Cleland with very first play of the half. I mean, you would think you'd be prepared.
Yeah, that feels like a penalty that shouldn't happen in any circumstance.
So 1st and 15 from the 25. Handoff, and it's a run by Gosline.
Yeah, that was what they've done a lot. It was Gosline and Roberts in the backfield.
Yeah, as well as Michael Farley Jr. All three have run a fair amount. Saints have only completed a couple passes, but they've both been big ones to Jaden Brown.
Yeah, I think once it was blown coverage by Deuce Edwards, just out looking at the ball.
All right, 2nd and 8. Roberts scrambling to his right, gets a block, and it's going to get pushed out of bounds, short of a first down.
Looks like the 37 is where the spot is going to be. That's a pretty good move by Roberts to get wide, just take what the defense is giving him.
Yeah, I think it was Jordan Stith that pushed him out, but yeah, Roberts definitely got more out of that than I thought. I thought he was going to be potentially sacked in the backfield, but he was able to pick up a few yards. 3rd down and 4 for the Saints from their own 36. Run it again. Gosline fighting for yards, and I think he got it.
I think he got it.
Incredible
Yeah.
effort by Addison Gosline. The senior captain was stopped about 3 yards short, and he just kept his legs churning, and he earned every inch of that first down.
Yeah, that was really big play. That was Saints using fullbacks out of the shotgun to just lead block and make a hole.
And, I mean, a 3 and out would have been just what the doctor ordered for the Titans there, and it was within their grasp, but Gosline refused to go down. First down from the 40. Another handoff to Gosline.
Yeah, I think
Picked up 4 that time.
must have said, we're going to give it to Gosline because he's been the lead back here to start second half. He wasn't getting as many touches in the first, but it looks like they're just going to try and use him to power through.
Yeah, early on it was Michael Farley Jr. who was getting the lion's share of the carries, and he's still in there. Had his helmet knocked off earlier, but Farley is back there along with Gosline. Play clock down to 5.
Coach Chafee upset on the sideline.
Give to Gosline again. Another positive gain, and I think he's going to have another first down as he was able to get it outstretched just across midfield. And this is exactly the game plan that the Saints want. Control the clock, stack first downs together, and you rarely see this where they took over at the 30, got it to exactly the 40, had first and 10 from there. Now it's at exactly the 50. I mean, they were picking up these first downs right on the nose.
Yeah, I think a big thing to see is Ben Rosen just came off, and he's made some big plays for the Titans. I'll see.
Yeah, he's been hobbled throughout. He's holding his shoulder. So we have another, I believe, delay a game on the Saints twice already, just 3 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, I think the Saints just haven't quite had it to start. There's been some communication just off, either between the sideline and the players or the players themselves.
So 1st and 15, they faced this just a couple minutes ago, a 1st and 15, and they were able to dig out of that hole and convert. This time it is Farley. He pretty much picked up the penalty yards. It's right back at midfield again. Late flag as Saints and Titan players were getting together, and this will be a huge call. The post-play penalty, if it's on the Saints, it's going to be second and really long. If it's on the Titans, it's going to be a first down. It is against St. Christopher's. So instead of 2nd and 10, it's going to be 2nd and 25. I believe that's a post-play penalty, so they're not going to get the down back either.
I believe so. That was a really well-designed play from the Saints. Captain Jack Seal came around as the pulling guard and got a hole, and just a late penalty from the Saints really helping the Titans out.
Second down and 25 for the Saints.
Yeah, so major penalty. I mean, the Saints have worked so hard for each and every yard here in this early part of the third quarter, and they just gave away 15 on a unsportsmanlike after the play, and now it's going to be no gain for Gosline and 3rd and 25.
Yeah, that was a big stop for the Titans. I think the Saints were looking to run this direction, try and get probably 5-10 yards on that, try and make it 3rd and somewhat manageable. Now it has to be a deep shot.
Yeah, no, the last time the Saints were in 3rd and long, we did see them hit a big pass play. So Titans cannot afford here as penalty. I think the Saints had 12 men in the huddle. So instead of 3rd and 25, I think it's going to be 3rd and 30.
Too many men in the huddle for the Saints.
Yeah, that's unforced errors early from the Saints. I'm going to be interested to see how the Titans come out in coverage. I think it's going to come down to, is it zone, is it man? And if it's zone, you have to make sure you don't get beat over the top.
Yeah, which is exactly what did happen on the last 3rd and long. But that was, I think, a 3rd and 13. This is 3rd and 30.
Yeah.
Titans initially showing blitz, but they drop back and only rush with 3. Still going to get some pressure on Roberts. He crosses the line of scrimmage, and a big hit by Love. Late flag, though, and I mean, this could be a huge call. It would have been 4th and 27, but if they call what I think they might call of a helmet to helmet here. Well, no, they wave off the flag, so you rarely see this, but I think Coach Mickens was able to plead the Titans' case, and referees agreed. So it's going to now be 4th and forever, and Saints will have to punt. And just when it looked like they were marching down the field, a couple crucial penalties is going to give the ball back to the Titans. And Devion Brown back there.
Yeah, that was a big play. The Titans rushed 3 and just left one man to watch the quarterback.
Sideline warning, St. Christopher's. So the next one of those will result in a penalty, as I think they were angry, and as you would expect, that the flag was waved off.
Yeah, they have 2 really fiery guys. They're 2 main coaches. Coach Chafee, history teacher, dean of students, awesome guy, but when he gets going, he's not someone you'd be on the wrong side of.
All right, that punt travels out of bounds at the 32, and Titans will have, actually, they're going to mark it at the 35, so pretty decent field position on this first Trinity drive of the second half. That Saints drive, though, even though it resulted in no points, did bleed almost 5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of what the Saints want to do. Try and take time off. They have the lead. They're trying to run the ball. Taking time off is only going to help them.
Carson Parks gets the handoff. I believe that's his first carry from scrimmage. He did return a kickoff.
Yeah, that was Lance Clone Jr. getting into the backfield early, and a slew of tacklers getting in there to keep it. Looks like no gain, maybe 1 yard.
Clock is running as they replace one football with another. Hopefully nobody threw up on it like that NFL game a couple weeks back.
That was something else.
Looking deep. What a catch! Isaiah Robinson for about 35 yards. He was well covered, but the UVA commit comes down with it. Huge play in this second half that flips the field and gets the Titans into Saints territory, actually inside the 30 all the way down to the 29-yard line. What a catch.
That was a great throw, perfectly executed. Only corner didn't get his head around, a bit underthrown, but great adjustment.
Devion Brown coming around the right side. Devion Brown with another big gain, but there's a flag. And I think this is going to be a hold.
Yeah.
Huge call, and both these teams just can't seem to accept prosperity. They get the momentum and then just trading penalties out there.
Yeah, I think that's a good play call, though. That was something that Saints did a lot early, that little touch pass to Fat Rat, just getting him in space with some momentum. I would look to see more of that here.
Yeah, well, certainly at halftime I left the press box, talked to some fans and alums and parents, and a lot of the feedback, was get the ball to Fat Rat's hands however you can, and that little touch pass that we've seen them run a couple times now is an effective way to get it in his hands. But unfortunately for the Titans, the holding call negates what would have been a nearly 20-yard gain. Back to Devion Brown. He's well covered, and I think the ball must have come out there, as we can't see it, but the Saints are certainly celebrating as if they have possession. Still no official signal, but there it is. St. Christopher's recovers.
Yeah, that's just a mistake by Fat Rat. I mean, Saints have been going for the ball. That's the second one they've ripped out.
Yeah, and I mean, they were 5, 6 defenders forming a gang around him and kept trying to fight for that extra yard or two, which, of course, Brown is more than capable of getting, but it also gave them a chance to just tee off on the ball, and another huge play made by the Saint defense.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that back-to-back plays, getting the ball to Fat Rat. Big run by
Farley
Michael
Jr.,
Farley.
yeah, picked up about 8 on first down.
That's a big push from the Saints. Big change of momentum. I think the Titans need to hold them scoreless here.
Second and 2. Flag. Offsides against Trinity is 5 yards, and that's going to give them a first down as the ball crosses over the midfield line, and it'll be placed at the Trinity 47.
Yeah, that's just another unforced error. I think it's going to be a thing to look out for here. Is who cleans their game up.
Good job getting into the backfield there. Trey Cherry tackles Farley for a loss.
That's a huge tackle that takes back the penalty yardage. Now it's second and 13 or 14. Big tackle, big stop.
Yeah, right at the midfield line. Call it second and 13. And the Saints have been at their best when they can stay ahead of the chains. So great play there by Trey Cherry to put them behind the sticks. Another handoff to Farley. Nowhere to go again. And that's Trey Cherry again. I think Khalid Rayner, I think, was in on the tackle as well.
Yeah, I think the Saints have put an emphasis on trying to pull their guards, and that's back-to-back times I think that's come to bite them. And play by the linebackers to shoot the gap.
Right, if they can, exactly. Well put, Simon. If they can shoot that gap and that pulling guard take advantage of it. 3rd and 14. Looking to his right. Locked in on his primary receiver. It is intercepted. Deuce Edwards with the pick.
It's a huge play.
Huge play. He is going to get flagged, though. I mean, it'll be Titan ball, but he threw it up at the end in celebration, and that's going to cost 15 yards. Really just unnecessary play there. Great, incredible interception by Deuce, but not sure what is gained by tossing the ball up in the air. And, you know, maybe at the pro level, maybe you get away with that, but in high school, they're going to call unsportsmanlike on that type of play. So still Titans get a change of possession, which is good news, although with the penalty, perhaps they would have actually been better off knocking it down and forcing the Saints punt, because I don't know that they could have punted as far as where the field position is going to flip here.
Yeah, I think that's just emotions being high. It's a big game. It's senior night. It's homecoming. As much as I want to say you have to know not to do that, it happens. everything's going, it's hard to stop yourself.
All right, so it'll be Titan ball at, looks like the 14-yard line, I believe.
That's right.
3 minutes exactly left in this third quarter. 15 minutes exactly left in regulation.
Felt like that penalty was pretty predictable. I saw Deuce. He was mouthing off the sideline a little bit. Play action.
What a play! Sam DiFrancesca in behind the Saints defense. They're going to try and catch him from behind. They finally catch him, but not until he's inside the 5-yard line. 80-yard pass play. The man, Sam DiFrancesca, is back from his injury. What a play design, what a throw. And DiFran showing off some speed, too. That's a tight end right there.
That's a huge play. And then Carson Parks was calling to get down there. He laid a block, kept the first man from getting to Sam, had probably another 20 yards on that pass.
Great point. Yeah, that block did free up, and that additional yardage in a game this tight is huge. Great effort by Carson Parks. That won't go in the stat sheet. Handoff to Devion Brown. No gain on the play. Be second and goal.
I think that was a huge play. Keep the momentum going. Big play from Deuce. Penalty, you think that might stun it a little bit, but picking right back up.
Tegan Logan looks over to offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell, looking for the play.
I think this might be the time to pull out play action, try and run it, and then on third down.
They're
Just
looking
one-on-one.
back shoulder for Isaiah Robinson, but ball got to him a little quickly, well covered. I believe it was Deacon Beagley on the coverage for St. Christopher's.
Yeah, that was one. Looked like Hagan just put a little bit too much on it. Got the separation, got a hand to it, just never quite got his body around.
Third and goal. So after that 80-yard pass play to Sam DiFrancesca, Titans are going to really want to convert it into 6 here. Get it off just in time. It's a design run. Tegan Logan to the left. The ball pops out. Saints have it again. Second straight possession where the Titans fumble in St. Christopher's territory. Saints will be backed up inside their own 5, but would have been at least a field goal. And that 80-yard pass play to Sam DiFrancesca goes for naught. And this is starting to be eerily similar to last year's game between these two teams when the Titans turned the ball over 6 times. They did ultimately end up prevailing 28-24, but huge credit to the Saints for knocking another one loose and coming up with another fumble recovery. First down run. Farley breaks it out wide for a few yards, maybe 4 or 5. And that's a huge play when you're backed up at your own 3-yard line. Just want to give your offense a little space. And
Yeah, that was a big play. He broke a tackle early that would have stopped it for almost no gain. I think that even though it was a turnover for the Saints, shifts it back a little bit for the Titans.
hit the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. He reverses field, still on his feet. Ultimately, a really hard-fought 3-yard gain there. I believe it was Farley again. It was. So this is going to bring a huge 3rd and 3 for the Saints from their own 10.
I think big play here. Isaiah Robinson coming in for Juice Mason. I think it's going to be the same thing that we've been getting. It's going to be either Gosline or Farley just getting it and trying to get yardage.
They will have to snap this, so the play clock is a little bit ahead of the game clock. They do snap it. They do hand off. It is Gosline. He stays on his feet for now. Finally tackled for a loss of 1, and that should be the last play of the third quarter. Huge play, though, and the fourth quarter will start with the Saints having to punt from deep in their own territory. They catch a bit of a break, though, in that instead of being right in front of that loud and boisterous Titan student section, they'll get to take the punt at the other end of the field. So just make it a little easier in terms of the snap count and that type of thing. But this has turned into quite a defensive struggle, and the Saints have played several defensive struggles this year. They had a 14-7 loss to Benedictine, 10-0 loss to Woodbury Forest. So we've seen, if you look at their scores throughout the season, their defense has been great. Their offense at times has struggled to score a lot of points, but Titans in general have had higher scoring games. And this is really, I'd say, probably the first defensive battle we've really seen, as the Titans have been over 20 points in all 5 games so far, even the couple losses that the Titans have suffered.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that Titans have kind of gotten away with a lot. The Saints have kind of shot themselves in the foot with penalties. Titans haven't done themselves any favors, but they've done enough to keep themselves within 3. Now it's Christian Rogers to punt with about a yard behind him in line and him.
Yeah, so the first play of the fourth quarter will be a punt from the Saints' own end zone. It's not a great snap. It's partially blocked and rolls out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Was not a great snap, which helped the Titans, and I do think it may have been maybe Jordan Stith, or I'm not 100% sure who got a hand on it, but definitely some Titan player was able to get a finger to it, and it's going to be great field position. Mason Love.
Yeah, that was a huge play.
Mason Love is the one who ultimately, and we saw him almost block a punt earlier in the ball game and got a hand to that one.
Yeah, his special teams has been a strength of the Titans. Saw it earlier, almost getting to one. Looked like they were almost content to let him get it away, and then they saw the low snap and really went for it.
Devion Brown tackled for a loss. Really nice job there by Addison Gosline. He's been one of the main men for the Saints at the offensive side of the football, but he makes a big tackle there, and it's a loss of about 4, and then a flag comes in. Unsportsmanlike against the defense, and that's the second time the Saints have been popped for an unsportsmanlike. One of them cost them a drive early in the third quarter when they had momentum, and this one is going to negate what was a great defensive play, and it'll take it half the distance to about the 12-yard line, and that just had to be somebody saying something. I mean, I didn't see any pushing or shoving. That's just some taunting, and that's got to drive the Saint coaching staff crazy after such a great play. So it's not an automatic first down, but 2nd and 2 from the 12.
Big play here. I think the Titans, if you can pick this up, you get 4 plays inside the 5.
And then they were, of course, just down there at the end of the third quarter and came away with no points. And officials waiting to start that play clock, and now they wind it. And 2nd and 2. It's a pass play. Logan caught! Devion Brown, touchdown, Titans! Trinity regains the lead. What a pass and what a catch. As Fat Rat makes up for his earlier fumble, as well as Tegan, both of whom fumbled in the third quarter, but they hook up for a huge touchdown that puts the Titans back on top.
I mean, that's huge. That's just Fat Rat out of the out of the slot, running corner route. Safety didn't have the help. Corner just got beat through it where only Fat Rat could get it, and a great catch. Now Evan Goldschmidt making a touchdown lead.
And it's a low line drive, but Goldschmidt connects, and with Christian Rogers being such a great kicker for the Saints, that's a huge extra point because a field goal now would still keep the Titans ahead. So critical extra point by Goldschmidt. It wasn't the best snap ever, but a nice job to get it down and connect. And we have another lead change, and with 11:20 to go, Titans back on top.
Yeah, that's huge with the defense that's looked good, gotten a big stop, blocked a punt. Nothing really going for the Saints since a couple of big plays in the first quarter.
Yeah, so that's 2 touchdowns today from Logan to Devion Brown. That gives Tegan 14 passing touchdowns on the season and 9 touchdown receptions for Fat Rat.
I mean, he is probably the best receiver in the state, and he's showing why today.
Yeah, I believe he's number 3 receiver in the nation. A lot of talent out there on both sides.
Ben Walters down it at 31. 32 looks like the spot now.
Yeah, I think Trey Cherry made the tackle, although Walter kind of gave himself up before getting lit up. We've seen Trey Cherry have some big hits already today. So decent field position for the Saints.
Yeah, I think that it's been an emphasis point to not kick it deep and let Ben Farley back there a lot and Jaden Brown don't want the ball in their hands.
Going to be a keeper here by Roberts. Tackle is made in open field by Ben Rosen. Great job to hang on there.
It's a huge play. He came out shaken up, and he's back, staying home and taking the stop for no gain.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ben Rosen, is he also the holder on the extra points? I think he is, and that extra point, he did a great job to get a hold of it. It's not a perfect snap, a little bit high. So Ben Rosen playing a big role, 2nd down and 10. Saints look to pass. It's broken up. Perfect coverage by Khalid Rayner, the sophomore. Of course, his oldest brother Elijah playing at William and Mary, middle brother Zaire playing at Minnesota, and now the third of the Rayner brothers in the Titan defense makes a huge pass breakup. And, of course, their father, Wally, was a standout at the University of Virginia and a 7-year NFL player and the defensive coordinator for this Titan team. 3rd and 10. Obvious passing down. They look for a screen. It's incomplete. And no flags. There is a late flag. And I think it's going to be a taunting or like unsportsmanlike. And it's going to extend a drive. It would have been 4th and 10. We've seen both teams. Well, no, they're actually going to – it is going to be the pass interference, which I thought was the right call. I mean, in real time, I did think that Trey Cherry got there a little early, but the flag came in several seconds after the play was blown dead.
Yeah, I think it was the right call. I think it's a tough call coming from the near side official with referee right there in the middle. I think Titans would have been fortunate to get away with one.
Yep.
But
no, yeah.
Now gotta make another stop.
I agree. I mean, when the play ended, I was surprised, and I was surprised that there wasn't a flag. Then when it came in late, I thought maybe they had done or said something after the whistle, but just took him a little time to get it out of his pocket. First down, Saints at their own 47.
Loading the box. And
Farley breaks a tackle, gets a first down, still on his feet, and finally brought down.
Isaiah Robinson. He held him. It would have been one-man beat if he had gotten out of that.
So St. Christopher's gets it down to the 38 of the Titans. First down from there.
Yeah, I think big spot here. Now it's Lance Cleland in the backfield. I would look for a run right here. Farley.
Good call by you, and indeed they do run it to the right. Farley gained 3.5 yards. Stith, Love combined for the tackle. That's Jordan Stith and Mason Love. And Farley is down. Looks like it just cramps.
Yeah. I think the big thing to watch here in this last quarter is whenever number 44 comes out, they've been running it to his side. He's been coming across as a block on the far side for a point guard or a lead blocker. It's pretty consistently been if it's two backs in the backfield, it's going to his side.
So Farley's up, and yeah, that's good analysis from you, Simon, just noticing that pattern, and they obviously trust the blocking when Cleland is in that fullback position. So it'll be 2nd down and 6.
I think it's probably going to be a pretty similar play to what it was just from with Gus Line coming in. I would look, might be going to the left this time, or just right up the middle with pistol set.
Yeah, there are 2 wideouts to the left, but Saints have not thrown it much today. They are going to throw it this time. Play fake. They're going to try and throw it. Nearly a sack. Great job by Miles Love to get into the backfield. They are going to say that Roberts got the throw away, so it'll just be an incomplete pass. And a heads-up play by Chase Roberts, who saved probably about 6 or 7 yards by throwing that ball.
Yeah, that was a big play by Love, though. It looked like Roberts was going to get the edge and be able to get out for a couple of yards, but to track him down and get a stop is big.
3rd and 6, probably 4-down territory if they don't get it. Roberts is not going to get it, and actually with a 4 or 5 yard loss, I wonder if maybe the Saints will elect to punt and try and pin the Titans back deep. No signal of a punter coming on just yet. It's going to be 4th and 10, and the St. Christopher's offense is still on the field. So this is the biggest play of the game thus far with under 9 minutes to go. If the Titans can get a stop, they'd have good field position. And obviously if the Saints are able to get a first down, they would be close to scoring position. So crowd getting loud here in Aycock Stadium.
Looks for some pressure.
They're looking deep. It's picked off. Interception made there by Trey Cherry. It's actually going to cost the Titans about 15 yards as it was a 4th down play. But what a catch by Trey.
Great play. I think it's the right play to just make sure that the Titans get the ball. No question about it. Probably going
Late
to bench warning.
Late flag. And it is going to be unsportsmanlike against the Titans. And
Leave Ashton Lawler.
he is not happy about that call. I think it's one of those where maybe he probably retaliated to something and the ref saw the second thing, because Lawler looks very aggrieved at that call. But it's a post play penalty. So the Titans will still take over the ball. but in much worse field position.
Yeah, I think second time this has happened to the Titans, I think it could be worse. It could have happened during the play, could have brought it back, but
we don't need to announce that. I don't know.
All right, so Coach Mickens talking through things with the officials. And I think between the two teams, we've seen now 6 unsportsmanlike penalties.
I think
At
it's only
least
5. I think
Okay.
one of the ones for the Saints was a bench warning.
That's
the
right.
next one will be unsportsmanlike.
So, anyway, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a close game, as we talked about at the opening, but perhaps if you joined us late, this game has massive implications on a number of levels. First and foremost, state rankings. You got the number 3 and number 4 team in a tournament that only 4 teams make, so they're both desperate for a win to bolster their state playoff hopes. Secondly, it's Trinity homecoming. There's a lot of alums, huge student section. You always want to win on homecoming. Thirdly, it's senior day. Titans want to send their seniors out victorious, and the Saints would love nothing more than to ruin senior day. And then finally, it's St. Christopher's and Trinity. I mean, these two teams are big rivals. I mean, I think most people would probably say Titans' biggest rival is Benedictine and the Saints is collegiate, but still, Trinity St. Chris is also a very big rivalry, and so I'm not shocked that there's been some words, some you know, and it's such a tight game, you know, and the officials are calling it close, and that's what you'd expect. So Trinity ball, thrown 14, Devion Brown runs for tough yardage, keeps going, and he somehow picked up about 5 yards there. He had no business picking up any yards. He had about 6 Saint tacklers holding on to him. Just pure effort there by Devion Brown, similar to almost exactly like a run we saw earlier from Addison Gosline of the Saints. Second and 5.
That was big. Made sure he held on to the ball, didn't give up good field position. Got motioned into the backfield now. I would look for play action after a pretty solid run. Number 0, Walker Curley, has been biting.
Passes caught by Isaiah Robinson in traffic. What a catch by Isaiah Robinson. It's a first down. Looks like a gain of about 11 yards, I think. And just a awesome grab by the UVA commit, Isaiah Robinson.
Yeah, that's a great play. I mean, Titans have a lot of tall receivers, and the Saints aren't small, but they aren't nearly as big as the Titans between that route and Isaiah Robinson. Even Braxton Brooks is pretty big.
And
so
Sam DiFrancesco. Yeah. Going deep for Robinson again. He makes the catch. He made the catch. He got a foot in bounds. What a catch by Isaiah Robinson. On his senior day, he does not want to be denied. I mean, that was pretty good coverage by Elijah Azar, but Robinson catches it for about a 31-yard gain and another Titan first down.
Yeah, Asari did everything he could, but Isaiah Robinson got his head around. He got 2 feet in. That would have been a catch in the NFL. That's a huge play.
And that's 2 in a row for Robinson. They look to throw again. This time it's out to Deuce Mason. And the late flag comes in. Mason picked up about 5.
3 penalty flags come flying in. Sounds like it's going to be a face mask. That'll be another 15 for the Titans. It's just keeps on coming, and Titans just more and more yards.
Well, points here on this possession would be huge, particularly if they could get 6 or 7 points to try and make it a 2-possession game. Holding defense horse collar offense. I think he had those reversed, I'm going to guess. Ultimately, the penalties offset, and we're going to play first down again.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate break. I think that's a really strong play call. We saw the Saints are playing deep after 2 big hits and just dropping Deuce Mason off for a little smoke screen.
Right, and you had just talked about the size of the Titan receiving corps with Isaiah Robinson, Devion Brown. We talked about Sam DeFrancesca, Braxton Brooks. Deuce Mason is at the other end of that spectrum. He's a lot shorter, but he's your quick kind of slot guy, and love seeing him get involved. Unfortunately, it's not going to count on the stat sheet as that play was negated by the offsetting penalties.
Yeah, I think that's an important play, though, as Deuce Edwards checks in to be a receiver. Wide.
Play clock under 5. They get the snap off. They're looking for Deuce Edwards on the post. That was a
Couldn't quite get to
pretty
it,
good
but
throw. You know, I thought Deuce slowed down a little coming out of his break. Like maybe he thought it wasn't coming his way, and ends up being a slight overthrow. Of course, Deuce almost always gets his snaps in the secondary. We see him every once in a while on offense, and he made a huge offensive play in last year's state semifinals and the win over Flint Hill. But he had a step on that post route and just couldn't quite track it
looked
down.
like he was almost expecting it to be thrown deeper, and Egan was expecting it to come out flatter and more of a dig, and it just seemed like a bit of a miscommunication.
This is another one of those touch passes out to Devion Brown. Can he get the corner? He doesn't. He does, actually, but flags came in, and I would expect we're going to probably see another holding penalty.
I think
Unfortunate for Fat Rat, too, because he made an incredible move there. I thought he was going to get 2 or 3 yards. He ended up getting 15. Perhaps the hold helped.
Yeah, I think Carson Parks now checking in. He's kind of a bruiser back. I think the big thing is, can number 0 Walker Turley get to him? Because I think he's going to get past the D-line if they go to him. It's going to be, can those linebackers make stop?
So that negates the 15-yard run by Brown, and it's going to be 2nd and 20 from midfield. Big penalty there on the Titans. We saw 2 different officials throw flags, so I think it must have been a pretty obvious hold out there on that right flank.
Yeah. Saints loading the box, 7 in the box. It's going to be one-on-one coverage somewhere.
Logan under some pressure. He's able to get rid of it. Looking deep, but he just overthrew Braxton Brooks. Good coverage in the Saints backfield by Deacon Beagley.
Yeah, I think that's a good throw. He threw it where only Braxton had a chance to get it and didn't take a sack. 3rd and 20 here. I think if you get 15 yards here, it's probably 4-down territory. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a punt.
Agree. Play clock into single digits.
I think something to look
For-
for here is Sam DeFrancesca in the slot again with Chris to the right.
Logan's able to have time to throw. He's looking for Robinson again. Incomplete. Good coverage by Elijah
Sorry.
Asare.
Yeah, that was a tight window. I mean, it's a good throw, as is. Punished him for that play a couple of times, leaving him in single coverage. I think that's the right spot to throw.
Yeah, and Azare did well just to go stride for stride. Little bit of contact. I definitely didn't think it was interference, although at the high school level, sometimes I'm amazed at what they call pass interference. But, no, I think good no call. Pretty good punt by Huey Stone. Gets a good Titan bounce, and Ben Rosen will down it at the 16-yard line. So Huey Stone's punt travels 34 yards, and the Saints will take over. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. We are just past the midway point of the fourth quarter, and you are tuned in to a great high school football game on a perfect autumn day here at Trinity Episcopal School.
Yeah, I think that was a big punt. The Saints almost got home and got a piece of it. Get it away, get it inside the 20. That's what we needed.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Jaden Brown.
Yeah, I think it's been a quiet second half for Brown. I think that's the first time we've said his name. I think if you're the Saints and you're looking to get a big play here, that's who you have to look at. I think that was the right formation for them with trips out to the left and just trying to get one of their receivers.
2nd and 10. Handoff to Farley. Good gain. It's going to be short of the first down, but picked up about 7.
7-yard gain. Jackson Brotherton on the tackle.
So 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big play here. I imagine if they can get a yard.
They run it, and Farley is able to stay on his feet for now, but ultimately brought down for a loss. It's going to be 4th down.
I was going to say, if they got any movement forward, it seems like 4-down territory with how this game is going. But I think going to the punt team is a tough break.
Did you see who got the tackle?
Great job getting in the backfield by Jordan Stith there. He's had a really good day on senior day.
He's had a great year.
He has had a great year.
He's been all over. Just been a huge piece of that D-line.
All right, here comes the punt.
Another low snap. This one
Good
gets
punt,
away.
really good punt. And no return as it bounces out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And Titans will take over with 4:17 to go, looking to string some first downs together and keep this clock moving. Back to Jordan Stith for a minute. He is right near the top of my list of most improved players on this Titan team last year. He had a solid season last year, but this year he's been a star at the offensive end, the defensive end, but he's also filled in on the O-line at times, and just really stepped up as this defense graduated so many big-time players from last year's team. And Jordan Stith, Braxton Brooks has had a quiet day today, but he's another senior who's had a huge leap from his 11th grade year to his senior year, celebrating senior day today.
I think with Jordan, it's not even he's had a huge step up in his skill or his performance. Just been we're getting to see him most snaps. And when he's out there, he's one of the best players that we have.
Huey Stone in motion. Hand off to Carson Parks. Carson hits the hole hard. They're trying to strip it from him, and he picks up 3 yards.
I think that's going to be a lot of what we see. It's going to be a lot of Carson, a lot of just downhill running, 2 tight end sets with Huey Stone and Sam DeFrancesca. I think the thing to note is that one-on-one coverage down on the near side with Bat Rat, and then same on the far side with Isaiah Robinson. It's going to be, is there going to be a play action call to take a shot, or is it just going to keep on being run it?
Yeah, you would expect a run here, I would think, on 2nd down. The Saints elected not to call a timeout, so the clock, bad snap. Tagan is able to scoop it up and save a total disaster, but I would call that a semi-disaster.
Yeah, I think that could have been much worse. It made the Saints burn a timeout. It's 3:24 to play. It's going to be just a very close game. I think if the Titans can get even a couple of yards, get a little bit more room, try and get a punt down to 20, 15. one timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, even if they had just gotten the snap off and picked up no yardage there, you at 3rd and 7, it's manageable. But with that bad snap, I mean, that was a loss of about 15 yards, I think. So now it's 3rd and 20. And it's actually an interesting decision. I mean, you run it, you're going to probably force the Saints to burn another timeout. You throw it, obviously an incomplete pass would stop the clock and Saints preserve a timeout. But you would imagine that you're not going to run 20-plus yards. So do you take the risk, dial up a pass play, and try and get this first down?
Looks like the same set. I'll be interested to see. I imagine the Saints are going to come out with 2 high safeties or just going to double cover. They don't. I feel like it could get burned. Houston motioned out.
Good snap this time. Tegan is under pressure. Flag is down. I think it's going to be a hold no matter what. Throws it away. It is a hold.
That's a mistake. I think he should have just tried to get down. I think throwing it away isn't bad, but
Stops the clock.
yeah, that's the downside to it. I
Yeah.
think Houston is going to have to pull off a punt here, which he's capable of.
He is. I mean, we've already seen one of the crucial plays in this game was when the Saints, deep in their own territory, had a bad snap on a punt that led to it end up getting blocked and giving Trinity great field position. And so it's not quite as far back as that one was, but Hugh's going to be punting if they do indeed decline the penalty. It looks like now they maybe will accept the penalty, as I don't yeah, they're going to take the penalty. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 30.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting decision. I'm going to see. I think now you have to run the ball. I think just try and take some time off the clock. All right, they did decline.
All right. Maybe they've got our broadcast on and heard you say they should decline it. I think that's the right call, though. I mean, the clock is stopped. If you decline it, I mean, even if the Titans just snap it and, you know, run it right in the line, it's going to get the clock moving and or, you know, force a timeout. So I think declining was the right decision. Getting the ball back is the priority for the Saints at this point with 3:15 to go.
Yeah, I think the big thing, punts play a huge role in this game.
Punt is
good
it's a
punt.
decent punt. It rolls into Saints territory. I think perhaps most importantly, no chance for return, and it did run about 11 or so seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I think the big difference we've seen, saw Christian Rogers there take it from nearly the end zone and put it to about the Titans' 30-yard line. That's the difference that a really top-tier punter can make. And I think we just saw what the difference is. Because the Saints get it now.
Right, I mean,
Titans territory.
they definitely flipped some field position there. Of course, the bad snap also aided in that. But so, I mean, huge drive here. Essentially 3 minutes left. Saints down 4, 2 timeouts. They're going to run. Decent run by Roberts on first down.
Jordan Smith again was one of the first ones there. I believe that was also Mason Love.
Yeah, he's had a great game. Both Love brothers have been tremendous today. Clock runs after that rushing play for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, I think.
Looking to pass. Incomplete. Great coverage. He was bracketed there by Trey Cherry and Isaiah Robinson.
Yeah, I think the Titans secondary, outside of 1 or 2 big plays that they've let up, have held up really well. 2 interceptions and just generally doing a really good job. I think an interesting thing to note there, it was Lance Cullen in the backfield on his own. Hasn't gotten the ball yet as a running back. And here, probably going to get
3rd and 7. Crowd is loud. Roberts looks to run. Doesn't get very far. Actually lost a yard. I'm not totally sure which Titan. I think it might have been Keon Montgomery that got him by the shoelaces.
Maybe. It might have just been the turf monster.
Might have been the turf monster. 4th and 7. Clock is running. By the time the Saints snap this, we're going to be under 2 minutes to go. And if the Titans can get off the field here, they're going to be in incredible shape. Can the Saints keep their hopes alive? Roberts rolls left, looking left. He's going to keep it. He's going to run. He has the first down. He is brought down, but it is Chase Roberts keeping the Saints alive on 4th and 7.
Big thing is 20 seconds come off the clock. It's going to be a running clock.
And, we mentioned it back when it happened, when Evan Goldschmidt made the extra point after the second Titan touchdown, but that point looms large with the Saints having a great kicker in Christian Rogers. A field goal isn't going to get it done for them. 1st and 10 from the 43.
90 seconds left.
Pass is tipped. Incomplete.
That was a great play, getting up. I think Titans made a great play on the D-line. A little bit unlucky that they couldn't come down with it. But clock stops, a minute 27 to go. 2nd down for the Titans, or for the Saints.
2nd and 10, obviously 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of passing and QB draws. You see Lance Cullen in the backfield still. Not a big threat to run the ball, but he's going to be an extra offensive lineman.
Extra blocker. He does a nice job blocking there. Roberts has some room out on the left. He picks up another first down. He's hit and knocked out of bounds at the end of that play. Khalid Rayner inflicted the hit, but a 12-yard gain for Roberts.
Yeah, I think
And a Saints
the
first
Titans
down.
need to go back. There's a couple of times at the end of the first half where they would just drop QB spy and rush 3. I think they have to get back to that. I think right now the biggest threat is Roberts with his legs.
It's pretty much been this whole possession. I mean, every yard, I believe, has been Roberts with his legs. And that one, I said it was 12. He actually gained 14. Once I see where they spotted at the 28, he looks to throw again. He does. Pops up! Caught, I think, which it's actually a break for the Saints that they call it incomplete, because if he caught it, the clock would have run.
Yeah.
So
That's an interesting play. Saints still have 1 timeout, I believe. It might be 2.
Two. That was why it was such a big deal to decline that penalty, so they could preserve that timeout. So, it's those little plays. I mean, Farley wanted to catch it. He was actually disappointed the ref said he didn't catch it. I thought he did too. But they would have had to burn a timeout had he caught it, or else the clock would have run under a minute. They look to throw deep this time, looking for the end zone. Incomplete. No flags. They were looking for Jerron Johnson. I don't believe he's been targeted yet today, and he had a half step there, and
I think
good throw.
Kind of the difference is that Saints haven't looked very comfortable passing the ball. I think that's kind of been their identity in recent years, has been just run the ball. They've had really great players. They have Joe Sullivan 2 years ago.
Andre Green 2 years back. He probably would have caught that one. All right, Roberts rolls right. He's going to get the pass away. It's caught. It is a gain of 7 or 8. Yeah, maybe even 9. Out of bounds at the 20. 4th down. 4th and 1. That's a great play for the Saints. Under a minute to go. If the Titans can get a stop here, with the Saints down to 2 timeouts, it would be just about salt the game away. But the Saints have shown an ability to pick up these 3rd and 4th down conversions.
Looks like it's going to be a run.
They run it with Farley. He gets the 1st down off tackle as he followed behind Darius Gray, and Farley picked up 5 yards. Clock is running. Saints are taking their time.
Interesting decision.
Down to 30 seconds. Roberts looking left, rolling left. He throws it away.
I believe that was Jerron Johnson in the vicinity.
Yeah, that one almost sailed out to Pitaway Drive.
Yeah, I think borderline could have been called intentional grounding. I think it's a good no call.
I agree. At this stage, it was absolutely a throwaway, but I think not grounding. It also crossed the line of scrimmage. So second and 10, 24 seconds. Saints do have 2 timeouts.
Something to note, 5 on the play clock.
Yeah, they do get it off with just about 2 on the play clock. He rolls left again. Interception! Interception! Get down, Deuce, get down! Where are you going? Get down! Why is he holding the ball out? Okay, Deuce Edwards hangs on. That was scary. But Deuce Edwards with the game-clinching interception.
Second one for him.
I'm sorry to Deuce when he watches this, but my word, he had that ball in one hand there. But he knew what he was doing.
The end zone. That gave me a heart attack. He burned more time. 8 seconds. Titans just have to stay out of their end zone.
Wow, Deuce Edwards with the play of the game. But, hey, longtime Titan fans will know it's not over. We had the state championship game 3 years ago where we had a bad snap in a similar situation. So Trinity always plays out of the shotgun, but they have the ball at their own 6. So you can only, Saints with 2 timeouts. I know it feels over, but they still have to execute a couple snaps here.
Yeah, I think big thing here is, you can just kneel this out if you won.
You can't. I agree. You just have to get the snap off. We already saw one bad snap to Tegan Logan on the last possession.
That was the second one of the game. It's Carson Parks is behind Tegan. Huge moment here.
Whoa! Late hit, and that was really unnecessary. He's taking a knee. What are we doing here?
That's just a dangerous play.
That is
Chris football for you.
That is an unfortunate end to this game, and give a lot of credit to the Titan players for restraining themselves as Tegan Logan was just unloaded on there after the kneel down. I believe it was Drew Pendlebury who he kneels, and he just completely nailed him. Ref still sorting things out. It is a 15-yard penalty.
That's a huge play. That means bad snap. Titans can get on it and down it.
So 15-yard penalty, and they're going to go ahead and run the clock. And that is the ball game. What a game today. Comeback win for the Titans on senior day. Saints fought hard, and it came down to the last 10 seconds. But your final score on senior day, Trinity Episcopal 14, St. Christopher's 10. And the Titans improved to 4-2 on the season. And what a game we had today. So final thoughts from you?
I mean, the defense came up big. Deuce Edwards with 2 interceptions. Jordan Stith, time after time, getting big tackles. I mean, everyone executed what they needed to do. A bit sloppy with penalties, but
Trey Cherry also with an interception. Do you have a player of the game?
I think it has to be Deuce Edwards. I think 2 massive interceptions. It's Deuce or Fat Rat. They always came up big whenever they were needed.
Well, let's go. How about a defensive player of the game? Deuce Edwards, like you said, 2 interceptions, including the game clincher, even though he did run around with it there for a while. And offensively, yeah, Devion Brown, 2 touchdowns. Obviously took great throws as well by Tegan Logan and great blocking by the O-line. But Devion Brown, offensive player of the game. And it was an exciting one. I tell you what, stick around. Let's see if we can get a post-game interview here real quick. I'm going to see if I can get one of these seniors. So, Titan fans, don't tune us out just yet. I'm going to try and grab one of the seniors for a post-game interview, and we'll see if we're able to do that.
All right.
I thought it was gonna fumble, man. He was
Is
running that
Texas,
ball.
Georgia tonight?
Yeah, they switched it with Tennessee. So that starts now. Tennessee does, and Texas Georgia's at 7:30.
We're doing the Braves. We're on Mets fan, I disagree.
We're on Cherokee Lane. I think it's Florida.
That's fair, that's fair. Technically, we're on Pitaway Drive. That's fair.
But I don't know who that was.
Cherokee adjacent. What was your name, man?
Simon.
Simon. Jared, nice to meet you too.
We had this. Oh no, we're getting one in there. Hey.
You guys, like I said, made us sweat. Made us sweat. I'll tell you what, though, I think homecoming and senior day and all this stuff, people were a little bit jazzed up, and it led to a little bit more of a sloppy game than I think both teams would have wanted.
We got senior night on the 22nd, but I don't think we're playing past that. Yeah.
Well,
Stab. Yeah, same.
all right, we still rolling?
All right, we are hopefully still rolling here. We have got the quarterback, QB1, Tegan Logan, coming in. Little interview. Let me give him those, Simon. I'm a little out of breath from running to get you. I know you're a little out of breath. What a war it was out there. Defensive struggle. You guys take the lead early, then get behind. Saints defense did a good job. What did it take to get the key to victory?
I mean, we always know coming out against St. Chris, they're a hard-nosed football team. They might not have like the skilled players or whoever you think they might have, but they're always gonna try to bash your face in and come with it. So we knew from the beginning it was gonna be a war. I mean, that's exactly what it was, and at the end, we just pushed through, came through with the win.
So you had 2 touchdown passes today. I mean, one was just a perfect deep bomb, and you got a guy that can obviously get behind the defense. The other one looked like, I don't know if you call that a fade or just kind of a jump ball, a little bit back shoulder. Can you talk about the 2 touchdown throws you had to Devion Brown today?
I mean, yeah, the goal line one, I mean, it's one-on-one. And, I mean, Fat Rat's the best in the country, so what can you do about that? The first one, I knew what coverage they were in. I looked off my assignment, and then I knew he was wide open, so I just put it up, and, we were rolling.
And then Isaiah Robinson doesn't get in the end zone today, but Isaiah had several key catches when he was really well defended. He had cornerback all over him, but you put it in a place where only he can get it. What is it like? You guys have both been 4-year players here, and yet he's had so many injuries. What's it like to have UVA commit Isaiah Robinson as well in your receiving core?
Yeah, I feel like I have a special connection with him, because we came in the same grade. We both got to play as freshmen, and we connected as freshmen, so it really just, it's grown over the years, and he really hasn't played as he's wanted to this fall. He's had a little bit of a slow start, but I told him before this game, you're going to make a big play. You're going to make big plays to help us win this game, and that's exactly what happened. He came through big time, and he balled out, and he got us this win.
And last question for you, Tegan. I know you want to get in the locker room and celebrate with your guys, but just as we look ahead, 2 regular season games left, hopefully, ideally, 2 playoff games to come after that. So you've got a guarantee of 2, maximum of 4 games left here in your high school career. On senior day, can you just put in perspective, what it's meant for you to be part of this program for 5 years? And the starting quarterback for 3. You also started several games as a freshman. Just I know it's not over yet, but just reflect on your journey. And then maybe secondary question, what do we have to look forward to here in the last few games?
This program, this team, it means everything to me. Every time I go out, I might not play as good as I want to, but I'll die on that field for my coaches and for my teammates, and that's what I try to do every time I step on that field. And then for the future, it's 1 week at a time. We lose 1 game, we're out. So we got Catholics, so we're going to start up Monday, watch film, and we got practice all week, and let's go.
Tegan, so proud of you. Unbelievable game on senior day. Let's hope this isn't the last time you play on this field, and hopefully we get a home state game. But either way, man, just from me personally, from the bottom of my heart, it has been a pleasure to watch you. You really have laid everything on the line for this team, for this program. You've had so many injuries, taken so many hits. Even the very last play of the game, you take a hit while you're trying to take a knee. But they can knock you down, but they never knock you out. And just nothing but love from me, and way to go. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, and with that, we will wish everyone a great weekend. Any Titan fans who are going to homecoming tonight, have fun. Hope it's a great evening at your dance. Thanks to all the alums that watched, and the cap to what was a really awesome homecoming weekend so far is a Titan victory. Trinity Episcopal 14, St. Christopher's 10. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.